We began as a vendor lease company. Through that, we were introduced to customers through the vendors. And then once we were introduced to a customer, we would go to that customer and say, obviously you have a propensity to lease or finance. What other things are you thinking about doing? And in that process, we would learn about other equipment, of course, and we would prepare for that and finance that equipment for them. We would get questions on, can we do office refinancing? Can we do an acquisition refinancing or other types of transactions that aren't necessarily equipment related? We can really offer value to a customer by helping him structure his balance sheet correctly, by creating a credit memo for our banking partners that's probably as good or better than what the bankers provide in some cases, and certainly presents our customers in the best light from a credit standpoint to the bankers. And it makes a huge difference to the customers in getting the deal done. And also now we can advise customers. We can advise them on what their borrowing capacity is. We can advise them on how to structure their balance sheet better, to present themselves better, to maybe prepare themselves for acquisition. We've come from an equipment finance company to a finance advisory company that helps them with all of their financing needs.
When we can get their financial statements and spread them out and provide that information to them and guide them in
it's
the direction,
enlightening to them.
It is, and a lot of times. Customers are in much better shape to grow than they realize they are, or they are ready to buy those 3 or 4 pieces of equipment that will take their company to the next level. It's so exciting to see when we do what we're good at and then just sit down with our clients and share that information with them, how it can change their outlook.
You know, we've had customers come to us and say, you know, I'd really like for you to handle all of my financing needs. You know, then I'll never have to walk into a financing institution again if you guys can handle this for me. And that's gratifying to me, to feel like you have the confidence of a customer to take that position.
A leasing agreement, an equipment finance agreement, really, they're both tools. And depending on what the benefit is to the customer, the decision almost makes itself, but it's us to provide those options.
Whether the customer wants to write off the payment, whether the customer wants to put it on his balance sheet, keep it off its balance sheet. All these things are questions that we need to know, and when we're interviewing our customers, to make sure that we're structuring our transaction to fit the customer's needs, rather than us being a hammer and the world being a nail. You know, we've got to understand exactly what we're trying to do for the customer.